family that Daddy took. This one is dated 1931. I was talking into the clip on this thing. Hope you can hear me. This one is dated 1931 in Oxford, and it shows the Tread Haven. Did we miss the picture of the porch? I think we had the porch there, and I think we missed it, of Uncle Harry. Anyway, oh, we have that? Not yet. Okay, this is really exciting because this shows the swinging boards on the boats. Dad must have taken it with his telephoto lens. Yeah, here we are. And the log canoes. Taken down on the strand. This must have been down beside the dock in Oxford. I never dreamed or realized that the old yachts were so big until I saw this picture and the people on board. For the kids that are watching this, this is the Tread Haven River, and it's right out in front of where we used to live. And these boats are very special boats. They're called Chesapeake Bay log canoes. And what they're happening is there are big boards sticking off the sides, and the men all lie out on those boards to keep the boat from turning over. Can you see the men hanging in on the sides so that the boat doesn't turn over? Pretty soon there'll be another picture up close, and you'll see them on leaning way over the sides. There they are. You can see the boards there. Every once in a while, if the wind quits, some man gets dunked and left behind, and they don't stop for him. They come, somebody picks him up later. He's left swimming. There we are. You can see the men there all leaning out on their boards to keep the boat from turning over.
You should tell them that the boards will swing over to the other side.
Yeah, the boards will swing across. When they come about and go the other direction, the men jump in real quick and push those boards through to the other side of the boat. You have to duck the sail as it comes across. No, that's not a log canoe, but it's got a swinging board on it. They have to be good swimmers, and they have to be pretty quick to be able to push that board through to the other side. Whoops. Okay, now here, this is Uncle Harry's dock, and there I am in 1931 with probably the only fish I ever caught in my life. There's Jimmy Todd, and there's Nancy Jeffrey Longfield. There's Julie and Rennie. That's not Rennie. Who is that? I don't know who it was, but it sure wasn't Rennie. There we are, swimming on a dock. I don't remember that dock or that raft. There's Uncle Harry's Inn up behind, and oh, there. Okay, that was the boat club at the time. Here's Nancy. And she has on a Texaco fireman's hat. The Texaco Gas Company at that time had fireman's hats you could get, and that's what she's got. There we are. The little fireman. It's awfully light. You couldn't read the Texaco on that. Okay, this is down on the strand, coming around the corner where the Robert Morris Inn is now. Rennie's riding me on the bike. The inn is there on the right. At that time, it was an old grocery store. It's only been fixed up and fancied up since, and that's the ferry dock. Now we're headed toward home, and here's some more boats out front again. It's too bad about the flickering, but they tell us that that's because the film and the TV camera, which is electronic, are not compatible, and that there's nothing that we can do about it. It's just part of the effect. So we have to look in between the flickers. You know, can you make that a little darker? Okay. He's nippering for oysters here. It looks like a big salad tongs. And he's just picking them up one at a time off the bottom and tossing them into the boat. I can remember Grandpa doing that one time, and I think he said that when he was a little boy, he used to go out and get the oysters. Here's another man. That's pretty good to stand up there on a boat like that. Okay, there's the ferry frozen in at the dock. I can remember that year. Frozen in boats. Oh, and this was down on Lover's Lane, and we had a bobsled. Didn't have any way to steer it. That's I and Rennie. This was the icebreaker that came in the spring to break the ice that year. Breaking the ice so the fishermen can get out and the boats can get into the boatyard. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Must be the top of Daddy's car down there in front. Looks like a pickup. I don't know what it is. Now, I'm not sure where these are. Oh yeah, these look like they're off the Strand. Down in front of the house. That telephoto lens sure makes Bellevue look close. This is, I think, is out at Uncle Arbery's farm. Wondered for a long time if it was Aunt Myra's chicken yard, but I think this is out at the farm. Yeah, because those are the cows, and I learned to milk a cow with one of these poor patient creatures. These must be on the creek up on Uncle Arbery's farm. Remember the time your grandpa took me up there to go looking for little tiny shrimp. Remember how excited we were too when Grandpa took us down to see this great big tree. I think it's over 300 years old. Here it is. It says it's 391 years old, so that now makes it, if it's still standing, it makes it 400 years old now. We used to have to go across Peach Blossom Creek when we went to from Oxford to Easton. And years later, I think this is where my best friend went to live, and I think she still lives down on Peach Blossom Creek. It's one of the branches off of the Tredaven River. It's all salt water in there. I don't know where he got this aerial view. Oh, we are back to the fish again, Grandpa and I. And this is what it looked like from our front porch out to the river. It always smelled like salt, and the wind always blew. Those willow trees, Grandpa helped us to carve willow whistles on those trees. This is a fig bush, and everybody in Maryland makes preserved figs. They're very, very sweet, and they're very proud of them. And that's I, looking at the figs. That fence looked like the one next door. Okay.